What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and now I'm back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share it for your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we'll be covering Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one right here is part 1 of a 10-part series. That's right, ugly ass niggas. I will have a 10-part series to the Who Killed Famous mystery. So basically I have 10 candidates that are potentials to people who may have, ultimately took him out. Of course, us as fans have speculated, and lots of numerous characters has been listed of who they believe possibly did it. Some of them have some pretty strong cases, and some of them are just downright ridiculous. But I am still going to include them in, and I will go from, in my opinion, from least to the greatest. And then ultimately we'll set up a poll after after we get all the videos out, and everyone can vote on it to decide who you think it is. And I'm gonna try to get all 10 out before episode 6 air, just in case they reveal, who it was in episode 6. Although I doubt it. I think it won't be revealed until probably episode 9. That's my opinion. I think it's gonna be like around episode 9 when they finally tell us who it was. Possibly 8, but more than likely I'm leaning on 9. But just in case, because we just never know, it could be 6. I'm gonna try to push all of them out before Thursday. Well, by Thursday, the last couple of them, part 10 will be out. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this first one. Now, candidate number 1 is none other than your boy Lou Thomas. Now, as we know, Lou Thomas is the youngest of the 3 siblings, and so far in this new season, a couple of, which is crazy to me, that I actually heard a couple of people on my channel and on other channels saying that they think it's Lou, which is crazy to me because he doesn't have. Oh yeah, and real quick, because I'm going to use the same method for all 10 parts. So what I'm going to be looking at is, did they have a motive? Did they possibly have, according to the timeline of the series? Because keep in mind, Famous has been missing for 3 months. So with that 3 months, where were these characters at? Because more than likely, I think, even though this is speculation, a lot of us, I feel like, are going with that most likely he was taken out in the early month, probably like that first month. Because, he's been missing for 3 months. So more than likely he's been dead for 3 months. And the way that body looked, he's been dead for quite some time. So with that being said, more than likely he probably was taken out shortly after he was released from the precinct, right? So the question is, like I said, that we're going to be looking at is, did they have a motive? Do their timelines match? And to me, which is the biggest one, how would this affect the storyline? Think about this. As a writer, if you're going to take out one of your major characters, the person to take them out has to affect the entire, it has to affect the entire show in some type of way that kind of make it a little bit, not necessarily unexpected, because it's not all the times unexpected, but some of the times, but it has to at least be like, man, this is I wonder how this character is gonna, feel about this. How is this gonna affect him or her or this? You know what I'm saying? So is it like a story changing type of kill for the character? So with those three things that I just named, changing the story, like how would it affect the storyline? Where were they currently? Like what was they worried about? According to the timeline of Famous coming up missing, and the motive. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at that for Lou, right? So let's look at number one. Does Lou have a motive? If you ask me, absolutely not. He doesn't have a motive at all. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go through a couple of clips because the people that believe that he's famous, even though to me it's as absurd as it seems for them to even think that it's him, they did think it. And there's probably still some out there that do think it. But hopefully after hearing this video, you change your mind about it because it's really insane, people. But the reason why people believe that Lou may have done it is because of these couple of clips. Because of, how Lou was acting when it comes to people talking about Famous. So let's look at this one, the first one. This here.
What's the 411? What's the 411? Thinking about catching bodies, it changed my life.
You going?
Famous just taking a break for a minute, that's all.
So, as you can see, he was taken out. As you can see, your boy B Rilla asked him, was Famous gone after they heard the song? And of course, Lou hurried up and turned the radio off once he heard the song. So a lot of fans were making, theories that they believe Lou is acting like that because he is out of guilt. He also did something very similar to that here.
Listen, you ain't heard shit from Fame. Nothing. I spoke to his sister. She promised me he ain't out in LA. Now, she could be bullshitting to protect, but that's not really just wait. She sounds scared, Kanan. She said he moms went to the police, trying to get help to find him.
So, there's another one when he was speaking with Kanan. And, it just, I guess, how figurative it kind of seemed like he was. People were speculating that he had some kind of involvement. And also, but what kind of debunks that, really, which we actually got first, but people, in my opinion, the only ones that think that it could possibly be Lou are the casual fans. Because if you really pay attention, that there's really no way that it was Lou. But I'll get to that in just a second.
This cat that Shirley linked me with. Guy who put out Fame single?
That little Puerto Rock nigga getting love on the radio for that song y'all did. But I heard the police took a warrant out on him. Word around is that he's been talking. Then got scared and said too much and got to running.
Fame ain't no snitch.
When niggas looking at a long bed, they get real chatty.
So as you can see, Marvin basically was talking about what happened to Famous while Lou has been gone. Keyword, Lou has been gone, people. He was in rehab. That's the key thing right there that tells you. That goes to my next one, which is the timeline. Where was Lou's whereabouts during the possible, timeline? Or, although, of course, we don't know exactly the time that he was killed, because, obviously that wasn't given to us. But we do know it had to be shortly after he was arrested, because they say he's been missing for 3 days. 3 months. So Lou obviously didn't, like I said, he was in rehab the entire time. So if Lou is in rehab, the only way you guys are telling me that he some kind of way escaped rehab, found the way to drive, because keep in mind, Rock and Marvin drove him a good little piece. It's not like they just drove him around the corner. They drove him kind of out to a rehab facility to get him better. So you telling me Lou was able to break out of the rehab, find a way to get a car, drive all the way to Queens, and then take out Fame? Which, of course, most of us believe this image here is when it happened. Come on, people. Let's be real. There's no way this man escaped the rehab facility and drove all the way over there to take out Famous. And then it goes back to what I said with the motive. Why? What motive does Lou have to take Fame out? He doesn't have one. Him and Lou was actually pretty cool since season 1. Lou never had nothing against him. Lou was looking out for him. He just didn't like that Famous was kind of lazy. That's the reason why he didn't really mess with him too hard as far as his music in the beginning. But then, of course, after season 3 came and he started, putting in that work, Lou was messing with him, right? So Lou doesn't have a motive. And of course, he was, put in pretty deep with his sister. So I think that's another reason why he had some more love for him. And of course, that was Kanan's best friend. So Lou wouldn't do that to him. He already took out D-Wiz, and look how that affected him. That is the whole reason why Lou was in rehab, because of how guilty and messed up he felt for having to take out D-Wiz. And then, of course, even though he didn't pull the trigger himself, the death of Scrap, that affected him badly. And that's what caused the drinking. So why in the world would he go and take out somebody that would lead to him going right back to drinking? He already said he doesn't want to do that anymore. He's been saying that since season 2. Think about that. So, in my opinion, Lou has a 0% chance of being our killer, people. The only thing that he follows, like, remember I told you, three key moments has to be fulfilled: motive, timeline, which we already know. I covered both of them. He doesn't check off neither one of those. And the next one is how would it affect the storyline. Now, I do think that would be a very interesting twist, because nobody, including myself, of course, and most Power fans, don't suspect Lou. But let's be real, we know it's not him. Like, it's insane for the people that are saying that it is. But yeah, and lastly, before we get up out of here, more proof that we know it's not Lou. Come on, bruh.
He's gonna want some payback for his friend.
He ain't the only one.
Oh, he wasn't down with that kind of shit.
I'll make an exception for Fame.
Exactly. Lou is telling us in the next episode 6 trailer that he's going to make an exception for Fame. So basically, he's going to get back into that life. That's how far he's willing to go to revenge Famous, because he know Famous was overall a good kid. Of course, he was goofy. He was kind of careless and stuff like that with certain things he did, but overall, he wasn't a bad person. And he was talented at making music. He was a pretty talented rapper. So, he don't like that, and that's why he, wants to get justice for him as well. So why in the world would he take him out, knowing that he has a drinking problem that would help him make him relapse, and then wants to go out and try to find this invisible killer, which when he knows it's him? He wouldn't do that, people. So there you have it, my good people. Your boy Lou Thomas has a 0% chance of being our killer. So that there, people, is part number 1. Definitely hit these comments and let me know what y'all thinking. But I'm pretty sure majority of y'all are going to agree with me. Hopefully, this should be unanimous because, come on, this is insane. There's no way that it's Lou, people. But if you're still ugly as hell and want to say that it's him, let me know your opinion and why up in the comments. But anyways, like usual, if you're cool with me, fool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. But until the next video, I'm out.